Okay, so the Puppy Barber got a call today from a customer who I saw last year one time. And when I went and saw them, it was for a flea bath. And it was a bad situation. It's a senior citizen lady who cannot take care of this animal. And so I had offered at that time to help her out and rehome the dog. Well, she called today and said that animal control is about to confiscate the animal, and so
we're the Puppy Barber, we're coming to you. Stress-free grooming, 'cause that's what we do. Professional, courteous, convenient too.
I called animal control and found out what the situation is. I know the dog. He's a sweet dog, a boxer mix of some sort, but a very sweet dog. And out of the goodness of my heart, I'm going to go get this dog and give him a flea bath and take him and get him vaccinated and see if I can rehome him. And I wanted to kind of document the process for our folks who follow us. If there's anybody out there looking to take on a dog of a certain age, I'll hopefully know more soon. Seems like he's probably about 8 years old, and a good dog, but in a bad situation. So we're gonna go get him cleaned up, get him vaccinated. Animal control is gonna come visit him at my house and make sure my situation is safe, which it is. And then we're gonna see if we can get him tuned up and ready to rehome to a good home. So if anybody knows anybody who needs a good dog, 706-982-1005, and we'll see if we can do the right thing for a dog who needs help, because ultimately, not only am I a dog lover and a business owner, I am a guy who is a sucker and always trying to do the right thing, especially when it comes to animals. So we'll get some more video when we get hands on the dog and see if we can promote this guy to be somebody's forever pet. So stay tuned. So this is Boxer the Boxer. I don't know that we're going to keep that name, but he needs a home, and so we are going to real quick get him clean. I'm going to give him a flea bath, and we're going to hurry up and get over to Tractor Supply and get his shots up to date, so that I can bring him around my dogs, and get him clean. And I don't see a whole lot of evidence of fleas on him, but just because of my past history with him, and they were really severe the first time I ever saw him, and so I'm going to go ahead and treat him for fleas. We're going to give him a... Turn on the water for me, Troy. Here comes my water pressure. Yeah, it's a good boy. We're gonna, I'm gonna give him a Cat Star, which is a short-term. It'll kill fleas and ticks, eggs, things like that. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, Boxer. Here you go. Open your mouth. Here you go. He's got a little bit of an underbite. Got to swallow. Good boy. That's a good boy. Little flea shampoo. We had to stop and find the flea shampoo. We don't deal with a lot of fleas. So when I got this call, again, knowing his past history, wanted to make sure that we got him treated before we got too much further into this process. Last thing I want to do is introduce fleas to my dogs. Sorry, buddy, the water's cold today. Woo! Things I'm looking for when I'm suspicious of fleas is the water will run bloody, because if you think about what fleas do, they suck blood on a dog, right? And then when they poop, their excrement is basically like scabs. And the fact that this water is still running sudsy and clear is a good sign. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Whenever you're treating for fleas, you want to make sure that you treat the whole dog, because wherever you're not treating is where the fleas will go to.
And just a flea bath is not a end-all treatment for fleas.
No, it's not. It
Those typically require some type of topical or oral medication.
really
For
do
sure.
recommend the orals anymore. He's dirty, but this is dirt. Look, there's the red. Oh, careful, watch your step. But you can see it's starting to pinken up. Yeah. Relax. Here it comes. After we, yeah, you can see it's starting to pinken up. Now this will kill the active infestation on the dog, but you want to go a step beyond that and get the oral medications is my preference. You can do flea collars and that kind of thing, but in reality, the topicals are not as good as they once were. Fleas have a short life cycle, and they adapt and change their genetics pretty quick to careful. This situation is way better than I had feared. Again, I saw this dog about a year ago, and he was covered in fleas. Probably one of the worst infestations I've ever seen. This is not so bad. And we're not going to have time to do nails and stuff like that today, because we're going to hurry up and get over to Tractor Supply before they close. Well, they don't close.
45 minutes.
We have 45 minutes before the vet is not available. And so, but before we bring him in the truck, I wanted to make sure that I got him assessed and make sure that we're not bringing fleas into the cab of the truck, because we're in the truck and trailer. We don't need all that mess.
So Steve got him bathed, and he's just, typically in our process, we towel dry him with a squeegee towel to get the excess water off before we put him under the dryer. So we'll bring him over here to the table, get 2 dryers on him, get Boxer dry so we can get him up to Tractor Supply. We've got 40 minutes now. Dryers are a little loud. So using the dryers, we can also assess the skin and the coat to make sure there's no evidence of flea infestation. And then also just checking the skin and make sure there's no other abnormalities.
All right, come on, buddy. Let's hop up. Can you hop up? Well, sort of. Oh, here we go. Get on in there. Good boy. Good boy. Y'all take care now. Oh, you're welcome. So we've got Boxer clean. Really didn't see any active infestation, little evidence of fleas, but nothing active, no live bugs running around. Of course, the fact that it's January 28th-ish and it's been super cold recently probably helps us out a lot right there. Got the Capstar on board. Now we're gonna fly over here and hopefully catch the vet while they're still at Tractor Supply, get the vaccinations up to date, and then I can take him to the house. He'll stay in my kennel until I can find him a home. The family was very sad to let him go, but recognize that it is the right thing to do. So we're gonna see if we can get Boxer a good home. Really a sweet dog. You know, I'll assess the situation and see how he does around people and how he does around other dogs, and we'll know more in the following days. I've got plenty of dogs for him to be around, and I don't have little kids anymore, but I see nothing about this dog that concerns me in any way, shape, or form. Everything about his demeanor so far is very sweet. So we'll just kind of, step 2 is get him over here and get his vaccinations up to date. That was a big part of why animal control was going to remove him from that situation, was that they were unable to keep up with the vaccinations. And rabies vaccination is a state mandated vaccination that you have to have on your pets. So if you're, it's really the only shot we require for the Puppy Barber, but because he's going to be coming onto my property and be around my dogs, I'll go ahead and get the Bordetella and the other shots too. So we'll, anyway, that's that. Now, do you really go by Boxer, or is that just your breed? Huh?
Hey, how are you? You enjoying the ride? Oh, you want to drive? Okay. Well, here. What do you want? You want to hold my hand?
He's a good boy. I think we'll call you Robert.
Robert. Bob.
Basically, the way I'll do this is I'll keep him segregated for a little while. Probably go ahead and treat him for worms until I get a assessment of whether or not he has them. But generally speaking, you're not going to hurt a dog by treating him for worms if he doesn't have them. But if he does have them, then it's a possible problem. And I'll get him over to my vet to get a good assessment of him to see what if there's any heartworm problems or anything like that, so that we can make sure that he's a healthy dog. It's one of those things that I would never rehome a dog that should not be rehomed. You know, if it were to turn into a hospice project where I hang on to him and just love him until he's gone, then that's the case. But hopefully he's healthy. He looks healthy. If anything, he's a little chunky.
Don't listen to him. He's not fat shaming you.
Troy finds that offensive.
I can just relate.
But his eyes are bright. He looks to me maybe 5 years old. I'll see if I can get some more data on how old they think he is. A lot of times these dogs were adults when they were found. He has been fixed. Animal control checked him for a chip while they were there. He has not been chipped before. So that's another thing that we can take care of and get him chipped, get him registered with a tracking company. And I can actually take care of that myself. I've got a chip, I can chip him. And again, this is not something we would normally do. This is, but sometimes you just have to do the right thing. And a year ago when I was there, I offered, and she called me up today and wanted some help. And so checked in with Tia, my wife, to make sure that this was not going to end up in a divorce. Luckily, she's as foolish or kind-hearted, whatever the term would be, that is most appropriate. But we're going to do the right thing. All right, so we're almost to Tractor Supply.
Probably going to see the VIP pet care people. If I had to guess. That van next to us.
Yay! Boom! That's what I'm talking about.
Robert likes to eat apparently.
There's a few dogs at my house.
Stocking up for Robert. Temporary stay.
It's not true. Just happened to need dog food today too, so it's time to restock. So Pearl is a dog I rescued a couple of years ago. She's a Great Pyrenees. Bob will get a slot in one of the kennels bays, and we'll make him feel at home. The kennel is heated, it's air conditioned. There's an indoor and outdoor run, and sometimes I rescue dogs. Usually it's when I find a dog in a bad situation and I feel like I can help, I try to help. So Pearl was one of those situations. Those will go in the house. Hi, Pearl. Hi, Pearl. We got a new roommate. Oh, that's gonna hit the floor. So it just so happens that in the event it was necessary, Tia had gotten these bath mats for dog beds sometime recently. So we'll make him a little dog bed. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Pearl, it's okay, baby.
Come on. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, mister? Elizabeth cleaned the kennel before we got here, which is why there's water on the floor, in preparation. This guy over here was somebody who was living out on the streets, and we are in the process of bringing him up to health. We call him Franklin. Franklin, this is Robert. Robert's Franklin. Wow, that's a big dog. Hi. I'll come let you out a little bit, okay? So we'll get him some food and some water and get him settled in. That's what we do, doing the right thing.